Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me on today's webinar. Today's a great day. Why? Number one, I'm going to see Star Wars. Yes, in a couple of hours, I will be seeing Star Wars. I'm super excited. Oh, it's going to be fun. I've been waiting for this a long time. I'm a big Star Wars fan. I think most of you guys know that. But anyway, so great day. Second reason it's a great day is because we get to finally talk about Mintage Mining publicly. We've been holding back, sitting on our hands, waiting for this to go public. We've been testing it out for almost a month now, I guess, and holy cow, it is awesome. It is going to make such a huge difference in the lives of so many people. And so I know there's a lot of people probably going to watch this, and they're going to be like, well, what happened to rank and share, right? What happened to the idea that we all came in on, that we wanted to be able to just go on our phones and watch some videos and do some, downloads or whatever, and earn some points and, turn that into money and whatnot. And that is not gone away. I want to be 100% clear. That is still the idea. That is still there. That is still the core, right, of the business. It's not going away. That is still going to happen, and it is happening, right? It's just not as perfect as we'd all like it to be. Of course not. It will get there. It will. It absolutely will. They're continuing to improve it. They're continuing to add new things, new partners. It's going to be awesome. And in 2018, it's going to get really, really good. Okay. People will be able to actually do that, and basically what we call it, get themselves out of poverty, right, based on just being able to do daily simple actions or activities that produce money. Now, of course, this has all become an evolution. It's pretty amazing how it just went from a simple points program to now it's, the daily activities, you're getting paid in real cryptocurrency, right? Because now your points are converted into the Kala, and the Kala is a cryptocurrency. It's money. For all intents and purposes, it's money, because it's not just a crypto, type thing like a Bitcoin or whatever. It's actually going to be a utility coin. Now, what does that mean? A utility coin means you can utilize it. You can actually use it to buy things, right? That's what makes it special. That's what makes it different. Bitcoin, yes, you can spend it, okay? That's why it's $19,000 today for a Bitcoin, is because you can actually spend your Bitcoin, but it's not quick. It's not something you could go into, a restaurant and pay your bill, or go to the grocery store and buy your groceries, right, with Bitcoin, because the transaction can take hours, if not days, to go through. That's how, right now, that's what's happening with Bitcoin. It's so big that the transactions take forever to confirm and all that. So, you can't do that. But Kala is going to be able to do that. Kala will be almost instantaneous, right? And you'll be able to buy things with it in the Reach Redemption Center. And then, down the road, they'll just keep adding more and more stuff. We're talking, everything. Right? And it's not just, okay, let's go in and buy a new cell phone or, or anything like that. It's going to be amazing. All the kinds of things they're going to bring to the table. You name it, you should be able to get it using Kala eventually. Right? I mean, they're talking, do you want to pay for your cell phone bill with Kala? You'd be able to do that down the road. You want to, maybe even get like insurance or things like that with your Kala. You're going to be able to do that. So it's really awesome what's coming with all of that. That's still the main focus. That is going to happen. Now, in the meantime, while they continue to develop that and make it better and everything, keep doing it, keep going in, keep getting your points, keep doing all that, because it will be convertible into Kala here in the next, I don't know, few weeks, maybe a month, something like that. Whenever they get it all ready, and you'll be able to turn those points into the Kalas and be able to start spending them inside the Reach Redemption Center, right? We're talking at springtime is when it'll all go live and be awesome and go on the exchanges, and people will be able to buy and sell Kalas and turn Kalas into dollars and all that. That's all coming. Okay, that's all coming basically the next, 90 days or so? Wow. Not too long, right? Not too far away, really, when you think about it. Okay, we're coming up on the end of the year here, so it's all coming. It's going to be awesome. Now, what we can do in the meantime, while that's all getting developed and done and everything, is we can now start doing what we call mining, mintage mining. Now, what is that? Well, when you're talking about Bitcoins and all these other coins, Ethereum and Ripple and Litecoin, all that stuff, how do you create those, right? It's not a government. It's not the U.S. Treasury that can print out dollars. It's actual it's a digital currency, and the way coins are created is through what we call mining. Now it takes computers to go out and do these big math transactions, whatever they got to figure out, calculations and stuff, and for doing those they are rewarded with new coin. That's how they mint new coins, right? Or they create new coins, is through this proof of work. Okay, so these computers are doing these calculations. They have these big giant server farms out in Iceland and other countries, and that's what they do. They have like big warehouses full of computers, just row after row of computers, all sitting there doing these transactions all day and creating these new coins. Now, of course, you and me, we can't do that. We can't buy all this equipment and mine it. It used to be, 9 years ago, you could do it from your own computer, but now it's just too much. And so instead of having to worry about doing or buying a specialized computer and installing all the software and knowing how it all works, now we just get to participate in what we call a contract. Okay, so these companies, what they're doing, they're trying to expand. They're trying to build out even more. And so they need money to buy more computers, to pay for the electricity, to pay for the warehousing, all that stuff, right? And so what they do is they say, hey, if you guys will give us some money, right? It's just kind of like crowdfunding, okay? If you guys give us a little bit, then we'll be able to go out and build a new warehouse and put new computers in there, new stuff, and everything, and run it. And we will give you a percentage of everything those computers do in return, right? Okay, that's kind of cool. So what we do is we get to now buy a contract. So it's a contract, kind of like a lease. So we're leasing, a car. If you lease a car for 3 years or whatever, and you pay a monthly thing, and then at the end of the 3 years you turn the car back in, right? So you were leasing it, you were renting it, kind of. It's not yours. So this is not an investment. This is not where you're putting money into an account and then it's going to earn interest or whatever, and then you can pull that money back out. No, that's not what we're doing here. Okay, what we're doing is we're purchasing a contract. We're purchasing a contract that says for 12 months you get to now get whatever we produce with these servers and these server farms and stuff. We're going to give you a part of that. Okay, and so right now, if you want to participate on the 21st of this month, so next Thursday, this will launch to the world, and everybody that is part of NUI will be able to participate and start getting these mining contracts. So what you do is you now purchase for just a minimum $25. There is no maximum. You could go as high as you want, right? But the idea is that for just $25, you're now in. You're now part of this mining contract for 52 weeks, for a whole year, okay, 12 months, and you're going to start getting paid in Bitcoins, right? So Bitcoin is the big daddy of all the cryptocurrencies. You get start getting paid in Bitcoin every single Wednesday, right? So every week, you're going to get a deposit into your account, and you have a choice. You can either pull that money out and use it, or you can use that money to purchase a new contract, right? So let's say I put in $1,000, okay, and that $1,000, let's assume that the percentage that it's paying out weekly is right around 5%. Okay, so on $1,000, I'd be getting $50, right? So I get $50 the next Wednesday. What do? I can either pull that $50 out and spend it and use it, or I can re-up, right? I can purchase a new contract, a new 12-month contract with that $50. And now I have 1,050 units, right? Because when we purchase it, we're purchasing units. Each unit is worth $1. So now I have 1,050 units working, right, in contract. And so now the next week I'm going to get paid. If it was, let's say it fluctuated, maybe it was only 4% the next week. Well, I'm going to get 4% off of 1,050, right? So that might be, I don't know, 40 something, right? So then that next week again, I can say, oh, okay, I'm going to pull out my, 40 something dollars, or I can buy 40 something more units, right? Okay, now it's up to almost 1,100 units working for me, right? And so that's the idea. And what it lets us do is use that compounding effect and be able to get to a point where now, after maybe a whole year of doing that, now it's probably going to be, $10,000 plus dollars, $12,000, $13,000 in contract. Wow. Now imagine how much that's paying out. If that was paying out 5%, holy cow, right? And so that's the idea, is that we're now able to start getting a really good return on our purchase. That, because of the way cryptocurrencies are done, the way that these mining platforms, these server farms are out there creating these new coins, and these new coins have value to them, and then they convert those coins, because there's 50 different coins that they're mining, all because they have a smart algorithm. They have a special software that goes through and picks the 50 top coins to mine at any given moment, and then converts those all into Bitcoin. That's what you get paid in. So it's a really smart system. The reason it's better than anything else out there is because it does do it smart. It's not just mining one single coin. It's not just trying to mine Bitcoin or trying to mine Ethereum or trying to mine, single things. It's actually mining several, right? Several different coins all at once, or there's the top ones that are producing, and then converting those into Bitcoin, and that's what you're getting paid on. So the advantage we have is that it can actually, if percentages remain right around the same of what they've been, you can look on the website and you can see the past history, last 6 weeks or so. And at this point, the average is right around 5%. Okay. So if it was to maintain about 5% per week, 260% per year, wow, you pretty much, 3 times your money, right? 3 times. And so, but the strategy is that if you continue to repurchase every single week, you can actually 7 times your money. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so that's just, every person's different. Everyone has their different needs, but there's different strategies that you can look at and understand and decide what you want to do. And we have a calculator that we've created that I will share that lets you kind of go in and just play with the numbers, right? See different kind of scenarios and see what you want to do personally, what your personal goals are, how much you want to start with, how much you want to keep putting in, if you want to just repurchase based on what you get paid, or if you want to put additional in every single week or every month or whatever, right? There's all kinds of scenarios that you can do, but the goal is, let's just say you want to have $1 million in contract, right? Or we don't have to go that high. Let's just say, my goal, let's say my goal is that I want to make an extra $2,000 a month. Okay, extra $2,000. Okay, great. So if I were to want to earn $2,000 a month, right around $100,000 in contract is where that would happen. Okay, so if I could have a goal to get to where I have $100,000 in contract, then basically that would be producing, if it was, let's assume it's 20%, right? So 20% a month. Actually, I wouldn't even need 100,000. I'd only need 10,000. Okay, so if I only had $10,000 in contract at 20% a month, that would be $2,000, right? $2,000 a month. Boom, every single month. Now, of course, I would probably want to be smart and put half of that back in, right? Repurchase every month another $1,000, right? And keep 1,000 for me, okay? But that's all you would need. If you had just 10,000 in contract, $10,000 in contract, that would produce on a monthly basis right around that 20% mark, okay? Which would then pay out $2,000. I could take half of that for me, $1,000 for me to spend, do whatever, and $1,000 back into contract to keep it going, right? Wow. How long would that take? Probably not very long to do that, right? To get to that point. So that's the idea. And that's just on me personally doing it, right? But what if now I decide to build a team and I get my team involved, and my team is now also getting into contracts and doing this stuff? Well, now the whole beauty of this thing with NUI is that now we are leveraging, right? We are now leveraging a team. Now I not only get to, earn what my own contracts are doing, but I also now get a percentage of what my team is doing. So if I refer somebody, if I go out and find, Bill, and Bill says, "Oh, this is great. I'm going to come in. I'm going to put $1,000 in." Well, guess what? Now I get 10% of that. So I would get $100 in mining contract for me. Wow, that's awesome, because now that $100, if it's producing, right, about 5% a week, or 20% a month, so that's basically an extra $20 every month for me, just based on what he did. So $20 a month for 12 months, right? Holy cow, that's awesome. And then if Bill goes and he invites somebody to do this with him, and let's say that somebody sees the vision of this and says, "I'm going to put in $10,000. Wow, okay. So he puts in $10,000. Well, you get 2% of that. So you get $200 in mining contracts. So now you've just increased, right, how much mining contract is going on for you, and how much that $200 now is going to produce for you for 52 weeks, right? 5%. Holy cow. Do you see the power of the leveraging, right? So if you have a big team, you get your team up to 100 people, right? And maybe 100 people on average is doing $100. So that's $10,000 in contract, and you're getting 2% of that. So oh my goodness, just think about how much money that's going to make you every single week as it pays out, right? So it's super exciting what's going on. This whole thing with Mintage and the mining and the power of the cryptocurrencies right now. Bitcoin is up $11,000 since a month ago. It went up 148% in a month. It's unreal, right? And that's just Bitcoin. There's others that are going way more than that, right? It's just crazy what's going on in the crypto world, and it's really just getting started. It really is. It's just getting started, okay? And so we're going to see over the next few months and years how this whole crypto world is going to change everything. And there's people that are saying that within 5 years from now, we won't even be spending dollars anymore. That's all going to go away. They might be right. Who knows, right? But it's very fascinating, because we've already heard from, like, the Venezuelan government has said that they're getting rid of their currency, and they're going to turn it into a cryptocurrency. Russia wants to do the same thing. Putin went and said that they're going to create the crypto ruble, or whatever it is, that they're going to do. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing what's happening in the world. And it would not surprise me at all to see that in 5 years from now, that we now have a crypto dollar, or whatever they want to call it, right? That's the way the world's going. And so the goal of our company, as our founder, Richard Smith, always says, find out where the world's going and get there first. And that's what we're doing, right? So we haven't forgotten anybody that wanted to come in and do daily activities and earn their points and all that. That is still happening in a big way. And it will be huge. 2018 is going to be awesome. You're going to get all kinds of new ways to earn points and utilize that platform core to get those points and get cryptocurrency, right? Get the new Kala that you can actually spend, because it's now a utility token that you can actually buy stuff with and everything, and get discounts with it. Our travel portal will be based on that if you purchase with Kala, you'll get bigger discounts. Our shopping portal will be amazing, because it will allow us to buy stuff that we normally would on all the different stores that it'll have involved with it, and actually get the cash back, right? So you're getting points that you turn into Kala every time you buy things. It's going to be an amazing ecosystem that's going to allow us to actually delve into this crypto world. So at the end of the day, what is NUI? NUI is the way we onboard, right? NUI is the way that we bring people into this amazing new world where it's not just, oh, okay, we're going to start using a different currency. It's a revolution, right? And we had the privilege of hearing Richard at our Christmas party the other day talk about this, that it's a revolution where not a single bullet is going to be fired, right? It's not that kind of revolution. It's a revolution where we're moving away from a fear-based mentality where you get up every morning and go to work because you're afraid that you're not going to be able to put food on your table, right? We're going to move away from that. And we're going to be going towards a love-based society where we get up and we do stuff because we're motivated, because we're excited, because we want to participate, and it's all going to happen because of this crypto revolution. It's awesome. It's the coolest thing that we've ever seen, and we all get to be a part of it because of what's happening, where everything's going to be in the open. It's going to be transparent. It's going to all be just clear to see. You can't fraud people with this blockchain technology that's behind the crypto stuff. It's all public. You can see everything. There's not going to be any more of that, where you have certain individuals controlling things and treating us like puppets, right? It's and manipulating, right? No, it will all be now open and public, and everybody will be able to participate without borders. That's what's so cool about this. So it's exciting. We're at the forefront of it. We're getting, as NUI members, we get to bring people into the crypto world from both sides, from traditional mining with Mintage Mining, okay, and with the new way to mine, where we actually do our daily activities on our phone, watch the videos, do the surveys, whatever, get those points, get cryptocurrency that way with Kala, right? So we're onboarding people. We're bringing people into this amazing new world of crypto technology in one of two ways. You can either participate with mining contracts, or you can participate doing daily activities, whatever is your preference, whatever your personal needs require, right? So, I mean, there's some people that just have no desire whatsoever to do daily activities. It's just beneath them, right? It's not worth their time. They're successful business owner or whatever, and they don't really need to do that, but they wouldn't mind putting some of their money into a traditional crypto mining contract so they can start earning that, average 5% a week, right? There's others that can't afford that. There's others that couldn't, really put a lot of money into crypto yet, or traditional mining. That's why they lowered the price out clear to $25, right? You can't afford $25. Wow. Right. I know that sounds kind of harsh sometimes, but really, honestly, $25 for a year, it's not that much to come up with. It's like $2 a month. Okay. You can find that probably, change in a piggy bank or something. Right. So really, to put $25 in for a whole year of mining contract, I really don't think we're asking too much for people. Okay. I really don't. Okay. Anyway, enough of that. So get started just with the minimum you can, and then do the rank and share activity, the core activities, right? That they're going to help you to build up your Kala and all that. And just tell people about it, how amazing this is. Get your 3 people in. With your 3, you've made your $125 back. Now you've got the whole thing for a whole year. A new way to change your lifestyle, to leverage the team building effort of getting people in both core and Mintage. This is the most perfect way to change your lifestyle I've ever seen. Super simple, super easy, not complicated really, right? I mean, there's a little bit of a learning curve, but there always is. Whenever you're talking about being an entrepreneur and being a business owner, even if it's just a home business, you got to learn some stuff, right? You got to get outside your box and outside your shell and take advantage and do it. That's how it's done, right? If it was so simple that just anybody could do it, well, we wouldn't be having this conversation, right? The whole world would already be in it and be done. So yeah, we're being first too, right? So let's take the time, understand it. It's not that hard. We have leaders that are willing to help, get you involved, and teach you how to do all this stuff. And start to change your lifestyle little by little. Now, it is true. It's not going to happen overnight. It's probably going to take several months to kind of get it going and building and all of that. But once the train has started to go, then it's hard to stop it, right? So let's get out there, get the word out. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show this calendar, or not this calendar, the calculator that I had some help putting together. So I want to shout out to Rich Ruckman, who helped with a lot of this, and then one of my guys in Mexico helped me put together the part that we'll see with the mintage bonus. But anyway, so here's a calculator that we came up with, and it just gives us an idea of how this all can work for our benefit, right? So let's assume that free members have started, so we know that's coming first of the year sometime, and so we'll assume that for every member of your team you have 10 free members, right? Because that should be pretty easy to do. And let's assume that all they're doing is 2 activities a day, so which is about 200 points. Okay, so if they're doing 200 points a day, and each of those, we know that that's basically paying, the payout is 100 points on average, so $1, right? So here's the comp plan. It pays out 10% per level, which 8 cents of that goes to the matrix, 2 cents of that goes up to the bonus pool. So now you can see right here on this calculator how that would pay out, right? So if you had just 3 people on your team, okay, that would be a total of 60 activities per day, okay? And then 1,800 activities per month, right? Because remember, we're talking that each of those, so 3 people actually had 10 free members on them, right? So we're actually talking about 60 people, okay? And so what would that pay out? Well, it'd pay out an extra $144 a month, all right? So let's assume then that builds out. Now you have your second level full, okay? So you have a total of 12 people on your team. 180 points a day or activities a day, and so that's an extra $432 for that level, which is now puts you at $576 a month, right? So with just 12 people on your 12 paid affiliates, okay, with on average about 10 free each, okay, that puts you at over $500 a month. So the big question, how do I get to $500 a month? How can I do it? How can I do it? Well, there you go. Just get 12 people on your team, and each of them having on average about 10 free members. Now you're at that $576 a month point, right? So that's pretty awesome. And that's just assuming they're only doing 2 activities a day or only 200 points, right? Now, we're being told that by the time free members launch, we should be at where we can do about 400 points every single day. And so once we're to that point where we got 400 points every day, look what that does. Now all of a sudden, with just your second level full with 12 people, that's over $1,000 a month now. Okay, so that's awesome. Now down here, you can see this is the Mintage Mining part, okay? So we're talking, okay, let's say you came in with $100 on your contract and your average mining contract was, $100 on your whole team, okay? Now it's gonna be making you about 20 bucks a month. So what does that do? Well, now let's assume you've got your 10 personal enrollees, right? And your team is now at 100 people, okay? So what does that do? Well, it gives you, at this point, now it's with 100 people, all right? So that's like your third level full, or well, no, a little bit more than that. That's like your fourth level full. So once your fourth level's full, okay, now look what you can make. Yeah, you're making $12,000 a month. That's awesome, okay? And then if you look down here, how much would that be? Well, of course, the Mintage Mining stuff is going to be paying out, on average about $80 a month in units. And now we need to go to the second tab here, which is the Mintage bonus pool. All right, so here's how this works. So let's assume that your mining contract was 100 bucks, and you had 10 direct referrals, and now you had, I'm going to change that to, what was it, 400 people, and their average was only $100. Okay, this is your direct people. And let's change this one to 100 also. Oops, not there. We want this one. 100. Okay, so if we had yours as an average 100, you had 10 direct referrals, you have 400 people on your team now. Your direct people are getting 100, and everyone else is getting 100. Well, at 5%, this is how it would work. So basically, at the end of 1 year, okay, you would have almost $2,000 of income, right? $2,000 just on mining alone. Wow. That's only on $100 average. Okay. So now what if you were to get that to 1,000, right? What if yours was 1,000? Okay. And you helped your direct people get to $1,000 in contract. Okay. But the rest of the teams are just at 100. What does that do? Wow. Now that puts you at $4,000 a month. So all you need, $1,000 yourself, 10 people direct to you that also you help them to get to 1,000 themselves. In 1 year, you would be making over $4,000 a month just in contract, right? So between Mintage and what you're doing in core, okay, that's a significant income. That is awesome, right? And then of course, there's really, let's say you put in $1,000 into your Mintage contract, and it's paying at that 5%, so 260% per year, okay, 52 weeks, right? Check this out. At the end of 1 year, you would have $11,000 in contract, okay? So if that's paying out, the 20% a month, 5% a week on average, then that's $2,000 a month, right? And after 2 years, look what it does. It gets over $100,000. Okay, this is just by itself. This is not counting everything that your team is putting in as they buy their contracts, and you're getting 10%, 2%, and all that. And after just 3 years, you have over $1 million in contract. So after 2 years, check this out. At 2 years, that's now over 20 grand a month. $20,000 a month. Where else are you going to find that? Where else could you find that in 2 years from now, you could be making over $20,000 a month because of this? This is not with a team. This is just your own. $1,000 in the mining contracts. You repurchase every single week for 2 years, and you would have over $100,000 there now producing for 3 years. It's over $1 million. It's over $1 million in 3 years. $1 million producing 5% a week or 20% a month pays out over $200,000 a month. Okay. You want to be a millionaire? This is how you do it. And you don't have to invite a single person to be part of this with you. But of course, if you do have somebody that joins you, guess what? It actually, let's assume. So it would actually, like, this basically is doubling it, right? So basically what would happen is on this one, so if that took 3 years to get to $1 million, guess what? If you were building a team, you were leveraging, you're earning 10% of your directs and 2% of your indirects on your whole team, and it was just growing every single month, then this would actually be cut in half. You could have $1 million in contract in less than 2 years. Yeah. So where else are you going to find something like that? Holy cow. So here's also where you can see what's going on with the profit sharing plan, right? The NUI ranks, right? So here's the thing. If we had our average 10 members per, and let's assume that they're doing those 400 points a day, okay? And let's assume that you had a team that got to 1,000 people, okay? So here's what would happen. In core money, right? The 1,000 people on your team doing on average 400 points a day, your average daily money would be over $3,000 or almost $100,000 a month. And your quarterly profit sharing would be, look at this. So you'd have, if you were a director, right, $1,800 a month, not bad, okay? But if you were in these higher ranks, look how much that would be. $360,000 a month for a global ambassador. That is awesome. That is amazing. So some great money, $100,000 a month, from core activities. And then, of course, in your mintage, look how much you can make after just a year to 2 years. Amazing. Look what happens when your team starts to participate, how much you're getting in mining contracts every single month. And then, of course, how much you can make in core. If you had a full matrix, check that out. Combined, holy cow. If you had a full matrix, you would be making $8 million a month. Oh, man. Oh, man. So, guys, let's go out and get this done. This is the most powerful thing I've ever seen in my 20 plus years of doing networking. It's so cool. Oh my goodness. So anyway, I will get this calculator out to the team so you guys can all use it and do your own scenarios with it. But remember, this is so much better than anything we ever saw a year ago. When we were first talking about doing rank and share, when we were first talking about just going out and downloading some apps and getting paid on apps, oh my goodness, how this has turned into something. It's an evolution, a revolution. We're now so much farther along. We've got a real back office where we can keep track of everything. We've got a real product that people can use to change their lifestyle. We've got a real redemption center. We've got real ways for people to get into the crypto world and change their life. It's all happening. It's all coming together. It's something that who could have even thought a year ago that we would be dealing with Bitcoins and callas and such high percentages and returns, everything. It is awesome. And it's all happening this next Thursday. So get ready. I will not be doing this webinar next Saturday. We're actually going on a trip to California. We're going to Disneyland and Universal and all that. So we leave on this Tuesday. So next Saturday, don't jump on. We won't be here. We'll be at Disneyland. But the following Saturday, we'll be back, and we'll be back on here to give you all the latest updates and stuff. So with that, I wish you an awesome Christmas season. Happy holidays. I know we got all different denominations here. For the Jews, happy Hanukkah. Just this time of year is just awesome. It's so fun. I hope that you're able to spend a ton of time with your family and friends, and that it's a special time of year for everybody. Watch for some really cool announcements this week. Watch for the launch of Mintage on Thursday the 21st. Watch for a special surprise from corporate on Christmas Day, Monday the 25th. I believe they're going to give us an awesome Christmas bonus thing, so watch for that. But I truly want to thank each and every one of you for your vision, for your faith, for seeing the potential that this has and what it's turned into. Because you stuck around, because you believed in it, it actually turned into something that's now real and will bless the lives of not only you and your family, but the whole rest of the world. So that's what visionaries do. That's what faith does. That's what belief does. It creates something. It makes something real. We've stuck with it. We've built it. We've done the effort. And now it's ours. So with that, I'll let you get back to your Saturdays. Thanks so much for your time. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.